Hello and welcome to our latest episode of Relatable Catholic.
Hello, we're so glad you're here.
Hey, everybody. Whole gang is back.
Gang is back together, and this one was pretty tricky to get us all back together.
Yeah.
But we did it. Here we
And
are.
it wasn't because of me. I think that's the problem, too. It's like I'm pretty much always available, and you two are not. Very busy people.
There's more me than I'd say than anybody
Yeah, I'm
else.
lame too. I have no plans. It was just Father. I'm just kidding.
What
I
can I
did have
say?
plans. My kids have plans. Yeah, I didn't
Yeah,
actually
you
have
didn't have
plans. My
plans.
kids have plans.
How was your week, Angie?
I had a good week. It was busy. All the girls had different sports stuff, but last night we had a pretty awesome third grade girls basketball party.
Wow.
For liver lips chips?
Liver lips chips. Oh yeah, I got to talk about that too. Yeah, so their last tournament got snowed out or canceled. So then they took that money and then instead they had a pizza party
That's a good
at
idea.
Courtney's house that has a gym in it. It was so cool, beautiful home. But I got a lot of scoop, Father.
Oh, about Father?
About Father, you were the topic at the island most of the night.
Oh.
I
Okay.
cannot imagine.
Can't wait.
Yes.
Go.
Okay, so there's so many things. Well, I'm going to back it up first. Also, did you notice I gave out communion last night?
Oh boy.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah. She was standing next to me at the altar. She said, I'm gonna pass out.
It was not good. It was not good. The back of my neck was
Did you
like-
know you were on the schedule?
Yeah, which made me like feel more guilty. Like, oh, go up there. You can do it. And I was like,
you
do
did
it for
fine.
your kids.
Two freakies.
It's like, I'm going to do it. And then I got up there and the sweat is no joke, like rolling down my neck. My arms are on fire. And some people I knew, like they've listened, I think, to our podcast where I've talked about like, for whatever reason, I'm
Yeah.
afraid to do this now. And they had the kindest eyes. Maggie Callahan, super kind eyes.
Aw.
Yeah. Emma, who else? Kelly. There's a lot of people
Yeah.
that was like, oh yeah, they know I'm dying right now. And okay, this might, don't take this the wrong way, but I thought maybe you knew I was freaking out and that's why you gave me the wine because you knew I needed
An
needed
easy job.
I needed maybe a sip of blood to calm my nerves.
It's strictly based on where you stood. So,
Oh, middle guy.
Yeah.
Good to know. The middle person gets the wine.
yep. Because there's only two. and
Well, I
just-
also thought it's like, yeah, that's the easier job.
This big idiot that job.
That's why you gave it to Angie.
So that was some of our conversation. Talked about your homily at our party.
Yeah.
And there were several people that were like, did I talk to like Father about this? Like, this sounds familiar. This, what does fear of God. Fear of God.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh, it was the podcast, which was awesome. It was cool. And Chris got a big old elbow right when you said that too. My friends and I were talking. Do you want to actually catch him up on the homily?
Oh, yes. So last night, Angie and I got our first big shout out in
It's a
the
subtle shout
homily,
out.
but it was a subtle shout out, which I appreciate. I've decided where I draw the line on that. It's okay to say my name at school mass,
Oh, okay. Okay.
but never say my name at weekend mass. Well, why am I explaining it as Father's homily?
yeah, ever since we talked about this gift of fear of God, I've been seeing that a lot in scriptures. And then it came up again last night. So I was talking to my friends about it. And
Friends,
Well,
and that's
we were the
when I
friends.
got Chris got an elbow to the ribs because I
Yeah.
knew that was me. That was me. He said friend.
And then I said that I rewatched the homily this morning because after they said fear, that his friend said that I stopped listening. So I watched it again this morning. Very good finish.
And
Thanks.
more exciting news. This is a very exciting night for me last night. I remembered my blue book.
Yes.
That blue book that the church was selling a long time ago.
Every Sacred Sunday.
oh, you
And
did.
I had one and I forgot it and then I couldn't find it. I found it.
Was it helpful?
Well, I must have stored it in a puddle because it was all water damage.
That's the best place to store your paper products.
I don't know. It was on my nightstand. I must have spilled some water or something.
You couldn't find it, and it was on your nightstand.
Well, it was
Too close.
I had.
Too close.
Well, you also have to know my nightstand. It's
I know.
a
I
little
know.
cluttered. I had 2 books on my
I know.
nightstand, and it was underneath another book. But it was awesome. I loved it.
Good.
The book itself.
Good.
And all the inside pages were fine. It was just the cover that was
Messed up.
yeah.
water damaged. Yeah. It all worked out. But it was a very helpful book. And I took notes
Great.
on your homily.
Oh,
Fantastic.
father's friends.
Father's
Me.
friend.
That's the
And she
entire
got a shadow. I wrote it in my journal, my diary.
That's good.
Oh, yeah.
So at this party last night,
Oh, back to the
third grade
juicy
parents
gossip.
party. Everyone loves you.
Oh.
They do. Yeah.
Well, not enough to get invited to the party, but
Well, yeah, Sam, I wasn't invited either.
Well, you got to know people. You got to know
yeah. Well,
certain 8-year-olds.
we invited Father out last night, and he refused to go with us.
which is unusual for me.
Oh.
I declined.
You were holding out for like a basketball party
Third grade
invite.
basketball party.
Yep. No. No, I always wanted to watch some wrestling. So state wrestling. My brother-in-law is the head coach at Marshalltown, and they had one guy in the state championship. So I wanted to watch,
Oh, fine.
see if he won, and he didn't. But
Well,
second place
still
is
cool.
good.
Yeah.
And, that level, and got to see my brother-in-law on TV, and
Ooh.
that's always fun too.
That's very exciting.
Yeah. So
Well, if you were at this party, we probably couldn't have talked about you the whole time. So maybe it's good.
Good point.
Okay, here are some big takeaways. Everyone loves you.
okay.
Check.
Some people are worried about the amount of things you're throwing into Katie's candle during these
See?
podcasts.
See,
One of the
okay.
men actually mentioned that.
Wow.
Yeah.
You're just throwing a lot of things in that fire.
I see. That's you clearly did not have a lot of fire safety growing up.
Yeah, that's very true.
Don't do it.
He's going to do it right now.
Oh, I thought you ate it.
There,
Yeah.
just added something else. It's a little piece of paper or something. I don't know.
And then we talked in depth about Father Cutie,
About the nickname,
about the nickname Father Cutie.
how do people feel about that?
Well, they love it. Everyone loves it, and they think it's hilarious, and they love that you shared that with us.
I shouldn't have. That was silly.
We think you're almost excited to share
You would
it
have
with
found
us
it. You would have found it eventually.
in the Father Time
Yeah.
episodes. Yeah,
Yeah.
we talked about Father Time too. They haven't. I don't think they were listening to Father Time yet.
Well, now
but
they can
if
start.
there's a big surge in your audience on that one, it's the
do you
third grade
get to see how
basketball
many
team.
people to listen? Do you get to see how many people listen? To
I
that one?
don't actually. Yeah. I probably could if I asked, but
People keep asking me who all listens to the pod, like how many. And I'm like,
Shush.
I don't know.
They asked me that last night. I was like, I don't. You'd have to ask
I
Katie.
said, well, like it says like how many downloads, like, but what does that mean? I was like, I don't know. I said, really? Father's like the computer guy. I should maybe let
should
him
know
look at
this,
it.
I don't know either.
They are all just so excited that you're here and excited for our school and just for great things to continue to keep happening. And we feel like we're pointed in a really good direction. Oh, you're going to love this too. Okay. So all the girls went and got their pizza, and so like all the grown-ups were sitting at there's a big island, and the girls were at a table, and unprompted, because we're all visiting, and they got their pizza, they started praying. They did their
Wow.
meal or prayer before the meal. Oh,
Thanks
it was
for
just
that.
so awesome. It made all of us feel really good. So
right.
thank
They
you.
want to get
Mike.
rid of those demons that are on the
Yes.
food.
We
the
talked
food.
a little bit about that, but
Yeah.
I
I had to stop reading the book.
Oh, you.
Well,
I'm
I
sorry.
got a couple in. No, I was like, I must have been super anxious when I was reading it. And then it was the story where the man was like being choked out by the demon in the middle of the night. And I was like,
And you're just like nodding your head like that. Huh?
Yeah.
Do you think like ignorance is bliss? Like if I don't know
Maybe.
about these demons, like then that's
It might be.
not.
yeah. And I have a problem where like, I just assume everything's going to happen to me. So I was like, what am I going to do if I get choked by a demon in the middle of the night? Like, should I call 911?
No, you call the name of Jesus. It's easy.
Yeah.
You say,
Maybe I'm not the right. I like watching exorcisms. Maybe I don't like being a part of them.
yeah.
I really wouldn't like being a part
I
of it.
find
but-
it all very terrifying.
Like I said, it's not something to be scared
I'm
of.
holding on to
except
my umbrella.
Just,
I'm not.
yeah, just stay in the middle of the
I'm not
umbrella.
looking. I'm not.
You just, yeah.
Well, we'll see. Maybe I'll read a little more during the day. It was nighttime too. Back to Father Cutie on the radio.
Oh, yeah.
Coffee and confession. I actually didn't get to that, like where you actually talked about it, but somewhere it was mentioned, and I think that is a fantastic idea.
We talked about making it like basically taking a 4-wheeler trailer and turn it into like half coffee shop,
Oh.
like a mobile coffee shop and mobile confession. So you
Got
can
it.
come in and go to confession.
I have a different
But you can
idea.
also
I wasn't expecting a trailer.
like a yeah, that's what kind of like a
Well, I
Food
just
truck.
thought like there could be like coffee and then like take turns going to confession. I don't know.
we could do that too. That'd be
Yeah.
easier.
What else? Could you get a better sponsor than a funeral home?
We used to have 3 sponsors.
I did notice the funeral home sponsor.
We used to have Pizza
This
Ranch
is-
was a sponsor for a bit.
Oh, that would be a good one.
And this is all about your father
Yeah,
time,
we're
which
still
is
on
his
the radio show. I
your
really-
radio
that's what I've been
episode that you
doing.
you can stream it. I found out I can listen to it on my way to work off my phone, and it just goes right through
Yeah.
the van. So
Just Google Father Time 92.9 Cat FM.
you don't even have to do that. You can Google Father Time Dubuque Radio.
Oh, okay. Easy.
Yeah,
Very
so
easy.
easy.
So yeah, we've had various sponsors, but the funeral home is the one that's hung in there the longest. So
That's awesome.
You know, we got our first offer for a sponsorship. It is a pawn shop in Kansas City.
Wow.
Called Alpha Pawn. It is my dad's friend. And he said he would be the sponsor of our podcast.
wow.
He named a price. I said, "Oh, we're more expensive than that."
Did you really?
What? Yeah, I did tell him we were more expensive. It was a joke, I think.
Good.
I think you would, but
Yeah.
it was weird. He also wanted to be on the podcast, and I don't know if Tom's the right guy for the podcast.
Is Tom listening to this?
Oh, probably not.
Oh, okay. Huh.
Okay.
Father, we have a question from last night too.
Okay.
One of the moms mentioned that their goal is to get all the families in our class to church. And like, how do we do that?
That is a great goal.
Isn't that great? I was like, I love that idea.
I think one issue. This is my sense, is that a lot of times the students, they don't enjoy a regular Sunday mass as much.
Yeah.
And I think I'm
As much as
guilty.
their school day mass.
Right. And I'm a little guilty of that because I come down, I ask them questions, I do things like that's more interactive, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I think that I'm part of the problem in that way. So I think it's kind of like helping them to understand a mindset of like even if Father doesn't come down from the AMBO, even if if I'm not singing or I
Back
don't
it
have
up. Don't come down from the what?
the AMBO. That's the lectern, the stand where I read the scripture
That's
from.
a fun little jazzy name.
AMBO, AMBO.
And the ambo.
Yeah. So yeah, just trying to because hardly anybody. I think so also too, if people have jobs during Mass, I think that like encourages them. They want to come if they have a job. So trying to get back to this whole active participation thing we've talked about in the past, how to encourage the students to really understand like we're participating every single Mass, even if we don't have a job, and it's more than just if Father is entertaining or not. So trying to how to help them understand that a little better.
Maybe more shout outs during the homily.
More
That really got
shout-outs.
me pretty pumped up.
But
Hey,
then I stopped listening.
If the entire 3rd grade class is there, I will shout.
Oh, all right. There
There's a
we
goal.
go. Team goal.
We can work that in. One thing that I've been thinking about doing, which I need to talk to the teachers about, is giving them all like little pieces of paper that basically they write on my sacrifice for the week.
Oh yeah.
And something that they're offering at the same time as the offertory. And so I need to work on the logistics of that, like how to get.
We talked about that actually at the beginning of the school year.
We
One of
did.
those things that have really good intentions and then
Yeah.
doesn't come to fruition.
Yeah. And it is, I mean, we'll do it eventually. It's just a matter of when do we do it.
Yeah.
Ash Wednesday might be a good time. You write down just what you're going to give up for Lent or what you're going to do for Lent. That would be a good time to kick that off. But I have to coordinate. There's a lot of moving pieces.
Right.
I'm going to suddenly need ushers at the school mass, right? To take
Yeah.
up a collection.
Well, we talked
of those pieces
about,
of paper.
we talked about maybe just like having the box like
Oh,
when
something
you
in the back
came
when you came
in,
in. That'd be good
and
too.
then like bringing it up with the offertory.
Oh, that'd work.
And I actually have seen a very beautiful wooden prayer box
Okay.
that's being targeted to me on social media.
Shocking.
So do you think that if I gave all the students a piece of paper that said, this is your Sunday offering, do you think that would encourage them to want to come and bring that to Mass on Sunday?
I think it would help. So I mean, it's
We're
worth,
not out
worth a
anything.
try. Yeah.
I don't know.
I just thought it was such a good question. Like, she's like, I would love all of our whole class to be at Mass. Never thought of it like that. And maybe that's on our end. Maybe it's not like a youth. It's not a youth thing, but as like a sense of community. Hey, group, we're gonna go to Mass and then to Second Street, or something. Make
Yeah.
it a thing.
Let's
Yeah.
figure this out together here, because when I was at Nativity, right, I had Wallert, Mazzucchelli, Our Lady of Guadalupe. There was never an opportunity for them to all come to Mass. Like the best I got was when the Wallert girls made it to state and they would come to Mass all together, and I'd give them a blessing at the end of Mass. That was, that was probably the most that there ever was as far as this unity, like going together kind of thing. Just wasn't a good. It was like with a combined school system, it was hard. Now we're in different settings. St. Joe's, like has just one school really. So why couldn't we do that? I think it's very attainable, and more attainable here than it was for me in Dubuque. So yeah, let's work on that.
I think too, it's scary, especially during COVID. I don't know. That derailed us for a while when there was no Mass and you can just watch it on TV, and that counts. And it's like my
Right.
whole life, that was never an option.
Right.
And now it's like,
Yeah.
oh, look, I didn't get struck down. I'm
Yeah.
fine. Like,
Right.
So I
was
think-
thinking about that too recently, like that it is like a
like,
slippery slope.
oh,
like,
it's not as
oh.
big of a deal. And then once you miss a couple of times, I think it's really hard. At least like for me personally, you feel like, oh my gosh, everyone's staring at me, or everyone's gonna know, or I shouldn't be sitting up front like this because I wasn't here last. I just think there's a lot of emotion or fear or whatever. I don't know what the word is, but
It's
I think it's somewhere a lot of us could grow.
Yeah. For sure. Yeah.
And maybe just being supportive and encouraging.
Right. Yeah.
well. I guess the good news with me is I don't have a really great memory, so if you're not there, probably not even gonna notice, So I'm probably not gonna pick on somebody for not being there for a while. Hey, I've never seen you here before. It's not usually my
And
style.
I don't think people would ever do that, but like in my head, I make up these unrealistic narratives
Yeah.
that just
Yeah.
aren't true.
Yep. Well, this pastor has a bad memory, so
There you go.
Yeah. Well,
Father Cutie's
Yeah,
not going to
yeah.
remember.
you're in the right crowd because we also don't remember anything. Well, today we are going to be talking about Lent because when this comes out, we will be officially 1 week away from Lent. Ash Wednesday is March 5th, so we wanted to get this out so everybody could really be thinking about their Lenten promises and kind of prepare for what you're planning on doing, growing, giving up during Lent this year. So, my first question, do
Sure.
priests make Lenten promises?
we do.
Okay.
Yeah. Because, the reality is we're still trying to grow as Christians ourselves, even though, like, we're sitting up there trying to lead you all to heaven. Like, we're still trying to get ourselves to heaven in that way, right? So, there's always things we can improve on and do better. So yeah. Yes, we do.
Well, there we go. Because I did think, like, your whole life is one big Lenten promise. Like, is that enough? So do we want to talk about, does everybody know what they're doing for Lent?
Yeah. So I've been reflecting on earlier in one of the episodes, Father, you mentioned to be thinking about what is blocking you from God. You might have said it a little differently, but
No, that was it.
that was okay. Mismemory over there.
Good night.
Remember.
I remember very well.
So, just reflecting in our household, I think we are going to try really, really hard to greatly decrease our electronic times. And Chris and I too. That's what I told the girls too. Like when I'm like, go put your iPad away. Like I don't want you to have this demon that you want to be on your iPad all the time. I said, Dad and I we like being on our phones. Like it happens to us too. Like it's
Sure.
really can be an unhealthy thing. So I would like to, and we would like to try and really decrease our electronic time and just be more present and just do play card games.
Yeah,
and do
we all,
just
when I lived with them, we always played like spoons after
Spoons
supper.
and-
That was
yeah.
so fun.
and just being much more intentional with our time and connecting that to our why and
That's
we
good.
wanna end goal heaven. Okay, if we're playing Roblox or if I'm scrolling on social media, that's probably not getting us too far on that path. So that's going to be our focus.
That's good. Mine is a little crazy. It's something that I've never done before.
Oh no, I'm so scared.
Okay, so I want to pray in the morning. I am a night prayer person. Like I probably pray and read for like an hour or so before I go to bed, before I go to sleep. But like I want to start my day with prayer, but then like by the time, like I don't set aside time for prayer in the morning, basically. Like I get up and I get ready and then I go to school. Like that's it. And so I was like, what, like, how can I do this? Like, honestly, like getting up earlier probably isn't like, I'll probably not do that. But I'm going to stop doing my hair.
Okay. I see where you're
Well,
going.
because like I curl my hair every morning and that takes like, I think if I like just do like my natural hair and then like less makeup, that'll take at least 30 minutes. That gives me back
up
like
30
30
minutes.
minutes that then I can do more my prayer time in the morning too. Since I have so many devotionals, I really gotta spread them out.
Seriously.
So that I was pretty proud of it until you left. So
Okay, so I don't do my hair. I wear in a ponytail or a clip every day, and I wear no makeup. So it's not judging. It was just funny the way you said. So I'm not gonna do my hair for Lent. Like it's just, I'm already there. Like I don't do the things.
Girl
Lacey-
problems.
Yeah, Father Cutie over there, just all natural.
1 minute.
which leads me to my question: do Lenten promises, are they like on the weekend, like on Sundays? Because that is kind of a debate.
Oh, yeah, that
So
is a
then it's
debate.
like, should I do my hair for church? Like, because like technically you're supposed to like dress up for church, but then like also like, but if I gave up, like I'm a big like if I gave up something, like soda or something, like Sundays wouldn't count. Like you wouldn't be able to
See,
have
and
soda.
I have never done that. See,
What?
if you give up pop, you drink it on Sundays.
Well, no, I've never done that, but like I've heard like because Sundays technically don't count as like
Because
a
Sundays
day
are
of
kind
Lent.
of a mini Easter. Every Sunday even.
Yeah.
So,
It's like it's not Sundays aren't in the 40-day count.
yeah.
Oh,
So
what's the ruling?
I don't know.
Father, should I do my hair?
I think like, okay, so Sunday morning.
Okay.
You going to 10:45 mass or not?
No. I only go to 5 o'clock mass. You know this about me.
I don't know. It's up to you.
Okay.
Sorry, no help.
I'll
I think
see where the
yeah,
day takes me. But technically, I'd still have, it's like it'd be a Saturday, so I'd still have time for morning prayer. So
Yeah.
like,
I think so. Yeah.
So I don't know. I guess be on the lookout, everybody.
More things going into the flames. I know you
Oh my
missed it.
gosh. That's for the best. But I also think I'm going to fast from my phone during the school day. Because that's something like you get back to your desk and you sit down and like all of a sudden
They're
you're
at
like,
recess.
well, all of a sudden like you're on your, like you don't even know
Just
that you're doing
happens.
it. And you're like, what am I doing? Like there's so
That's-
many things that need to
exactly.
get done.
That's what I was trying to explain to the girls. Like, it's not just you guys.
Yeah.
It's not just like little kids and video games.
Right.
It's us grown-ups too.
I think everyone can relate to that.
Right.
Everyone with a smartphone right now can relate to that.
Yeah.
Actually, I got a good friend, priest friend, who's got a dumb phone, and he's on his dumb phone playing games when I'm sitting right next to him. I'm like, I don't understand why. Like, anyway. Yeah.
So that's my plan.
That's a good plan.
Yeah.
That's a great. I mean, if you can't get up earlier, if that's not going to happen,
Well, yeah.
then
probably
you
could,
figure out a way to make an extra half hour in the morning. There you go.
Yeah.
You
There
got
you
it.
So would you say your Lenten goal is to get that
Morning
morning
prayer.
prayer in?
Yeah.
And if it's at the cost of some of your getting ready time.
Well, and I think like I also struggle with like being a little vain too. So kind of goes with that too.
Gets rid of the pride.
Yeah.
That's good.
Here comes Pose of the Clown with her crazy hair. I said, here comes Pose of the Clown with her crazy hair. You guys just wait. Oh,
It's going to be an
I guess.
interesting
very
40
interesting
days.
one.
Can't wait for Ash Wednesdays.
I'll try to put the ashes on my head. I do have natural curly hair. So.
You come up to the receive Ash, like, on second thought, maybe not.
Maybe not.
You and Eliana will probably look the same.
No,
Ellie,
mine's
my
not a pretty
youngest,
curl.
has-
She has pretty curls.
Her hair is wild.
Yeah. Mine's not pretty.
She stayed overnight at Grandpa and Grandma's last week, and she slept in Grandpa's bed, and he woke up in the morning. He's like, "Ah!" Her hair is so big when it's wild. She got wild, funny hair. So that scared me. I don't know what that was. It's just Ellie.
That's funny. All right, Father. Do you know
Well-
what you're doing?
Last year, I tried to give up Amazon.
That's
that-
a hard one.
Yeah. I
And
didn't
that would be
make it
harder
very
in Bellevue too.
Yeah, it's really
There's not
helpful
as
and-
many resources or
Bellevue.
like places.
Yeah, so I kind of think I should do that again. I didn't do very good last year on it, so I thought I'd
You
try
just
that
got
one
a
again.
new pair of jeans, so you don't need
I
to
know.
worry about that.
That's right.
Do like Katie, whenever you go kind of on like a spending freeze or have a plan, I feel like you make sure you get your things taken
Yes,
care
I
of.
make sure that I really spend
a
a lot
huge
before
plan
I start
starts.
spending
Spree.
free.
You might go on a little pre-Lent shopping spree.
So one thing that I have already done, because I kind of think like okay, Lent, it's a nice way for us, just kind of like with New Year's resolutions. Like we think, oh, wait till January 1st. I'll wait till Ash Wednesday, and then I'll start this. But I'm kind of like, if it's important, if it's like relevant, do it today, right? So I'd already been kind of thinking about giving up Facebook and Snapchat, which are the socials that I have. And I don't spend a lot of time on them anyway. But the other day, I just said, you know what? Delete both of them, gone off my phone.
Was it right after you added me as a
I think it was.
I'm out of here.
I didn't delete my profiles, but
And on that note, I've been meaning to delete this out. She can't find me anymore.
I don't post anything out there.
Neither do I. I don't know.
Yeah. So
That's funny.
yeah, it's just to keep up with people, and it's harder and harder to keep up with people on there because there's just more and more garbage. There's just people
Yeah.
trying to sell you stuff all the time. It's like
You're telling me.
yeah. So that one's already kind of taken care of, and same kind of goal though, right? Like I just found myself was doom scrolling, is what they say, and just like what am I doing here? I spend a lot of time, and then you're like, well, I didn't get anything accomplished in that, and so get rid of it, and then have more time for quality time with friends or prayer or whatever. It can't, can't hurt, and I think that's a good thing to think about for Lent, is not just giving something up, but what can that add to it? So I think you both have kind of got good goals that way. I like to tell people not go crazy, just make goals that can be like attainable too. Sometimes we can be overzealous in trying to do everything, and just do something well, and let it draw you closer to God. So
the kids, somebody always says every year, I'm going to give up homework. It's like, yeah.
That joke was stop being funny 10 years
we
ago.
just went over like it can't be something that you have to do.
Yeah, don't give up coffee if that's going to make everybody else
Right.
miserable.
Yes. Yeah.
If you need it to be a
nice
kind,
human.
yeah.
Katie, back to that coffee and confession. You don't even like coffee.
No, I don't.
But you're
But I was
excited.
gonna have a chai tea.
Oh, perfect.
That's what I do too. I don't like coffee either, but chai tea. Yep.
Me either. I don't care for coffee.
I have chai here, guys. We could have made just some chai
yeah.
teas
Next time.
Next time. That's right. Next time. One thing that I do really struggle with is on Fridays fasting between meals. Like I try every year, and then I get
get
home
so
from
hungry.
school, and I'm like, I could really use a snack. So I'm gonna try that on Fridays, but you like probably really stick to that, and like the 2 small meals and 1 big meal.
So I'm kind of weird. If I don't eat breakfast, if I don't eat in the morning, like I'm just not hungry. So I can just go all day. It's like
You've been blessed. You have been blessed.
to
The Lord has looked kindly upon you.
to a degree, I guess. Yeah, so it's easier. I don't know, to skip the snacks, and I don't mind that. I think I'm also going to give up like sugar. I've been eating a lot of sugar recently, and I think that's one thing I'm going to give up.
Well, that's like a really
just for-
healthy thing to do.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for my health.
Yeah, I tried that 1 month. I went to the ER. One and only time I went to the ER.
Learn your lesson.
I think some other things are happening as well. And then we don't eat meat on Fridays during Lent. Why?
Why? Meat, historically, like beef, pork, more of a rich food, right? So it was an attempt, I believe, to not be so extravagant on Fridays. And really, that's always, like after Vatican II, they said you only have to not eat meat on Fridays during Lent. However, before that, it was every Friday you weren't supposed to eat meat as a way to sacrifice. And then in Vatican II, they said, you don't have to not eat meat, but make a sacrifice every Friday, because this is the day our Savior died for us. So make a sacrifice on Friday to remember Jesus died for your sins, died for love of you. And that's the point of not eating meat on Fridays. For some people, they really love fish, and it's not a sacrifice at all.
Fish
You're
sandwich.
looking at us right now.
Yeah,
That's
which
us.
is a PSA. Don't forget to order your fish sticks this week with your grocery order. So
I
you're
just grabbed
prepared.
some. Just grabbed some after
That
church
Shell's
last
mac
night.
and cheese.
I have 5 boxes.
My mom used to make mashed potatoes too.
Yeah, so some of those things really aren't sacrifices. So I think it's a good practice every Friday of the year to do some sort of a sacrifice, do some sort of
Like a fast or even
a fast,
yeah.
or give up something. No food between meals, no snacks. Just those little things keep our minds, centered on God. Keep our focus on the goal, end goal heaven. Mm-hmm. So, how can we continue to do that?
Yeah. I think one year I did like I tried to think of something to fast every Friday, or I would think of on Friday, this Friday, I am going to text one person and tell them something nice.
That's a good thing.
Yeah. It's doesn't always have to be a fast too. It could be doing something.
Doing
I like
an
that.
act of kindness.
Yeah.
So, we're talking a lot about what we could give up or what we could do. And for, if to your point earlier, Angie, like COVID stopped a lot of people from coming to Mass. And, maybe it's not giving something up or doing something extra except for going to Mass, right? Like that's, that's the source of some of our faith is the Eucharist, right? So if we're not doing that, what's the point of giving up Amazon or social media or anything else? Like, let's go back to the basics there, right? So what are some basic kind of things we can do, giving up sin, like there's just things that we know we struggle with. If we can give those things up too, like that's a good thing to give up. As we don't have to be real super creative. Just like, what is the Holy Spirit kind of convicting us to do? Just listen for those things this next week. And yeah, there's no judgment, like I'm just happy people are there.
You're happy to see us regardless of anything.
Yeah. Just like a father, happy when the kids come over or grandkids come to visit, just happy everybody's there. That's
awesome. That's beautiful. I think that feels very welcoming and less intimidating to either get back into a rhythm or maybe even you're starting a rhythm. Just feeling welcomed and wanted, I think helps that immensely.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So
for sure.
Thank you for sharing that.
You're welcome.
My kids do have a question.
Oh, good. Okay. Always love the second grade questions.
We were talking about the Eucharist because we started to prepare, and we were talking about like where you can do Mass. And I think we were talking about the sacrament of matrimony and how like for it to be a sacrament, it has to be like a Mass and at church. And then we're like, well, it was like, but like Father can do Mass other places. So they would like to know if you could do Mass in a sewer. That's what they came up with.
He can.
Like
that vacation episode. You can do it anywhere, right? If you have that
I said that. I was
kit.
like, well, I think Father can do Mass.
That
like
little
even,
kit, your bag, your Mass bag or something.
Yeah. I said, even when he goes on vacation, I think he just does it in his hotel room. And that prompted the question, could he do Mass in a sewer?
Times would have to be really bad.
Yeah. I said that. I was like, I don't know what the reason would be to be doing Mass in a sewer, but I think so.
But yeah, I could. Yeah.
You could.
I mean, you hear of guys doing Mass in prison.
Right.
That bread and wine would get snuck in, and they would celebrate the Mass in a prison, and yeah. So,
wait, why? Can there not be Mass in a prison? Is there not supposed to be?
Well, like in like communist regimes, different.
Like if a priest had been taken like hostage or
yeah,
something.
You hear stories of that kind of thing happening. So, like there's Mass at the prison in Anamosa all the time. Archbishop, last week when he was here for confirmation, he had went to celebrate a Mass in Anamosa first. Then he came here.
Wow.
So, yeah,
That's
so
cool.
He does that. But yeah, I can celebrate Mass.
Like a Ninja Turtle theme.
Even in a sewer.
even
in a sewer. That they didn't think of any other places, just a sewer. And it came out right away. Even in a sewer?
Yeah.
I don't even know what a sewer is.
Pretty gross, pretty bad. But you never know.
You never know.
It's like church underground.
Do you want to explain quickly before we wrap up about the small groups that are happening in our parish?
Yeah, thank you. We're doing a bunch of different small groups for Lent with that special Lent book, Journey with Mary to Jerusalem. So if you'd like to sign up, the sign-up sheets are in the back of the church, all the different churches, and you can also sign up online. So there's a couple different ways to sign up, but really good thing to grow in, take the scriptures daily, right? So a very simple, normal thing that we have in this, and to grow in community too. So
is there like a newbies group? Because it sounds terrifying to me a little bit. In the nicest way, I mean that.
Sure, yeah.
Or maybe you should challenge yourself to find a friend that will go with you.
I think that's a good thing to do.
Father, we're friends. You said it in the homily. Do you want to come with you? Just kidding.
You are leading one though, aren't you?
I'm leading the I'm leading the men's one
Yeah.
on Tuesday night, which is basically just a continuation of what I've
your own.
been doing. So, I think that these things are intimidating because you're like, what am I getting into? What are they going to ask me to do?
Yeah.
This one, there's a video with it. There's a couple of like pre-made questions. Like it's not, I would say this is a beginner one. It's not super crazy, theological. I don't think, in my opinion, it'll be interesting to see what you think of it, as you go through it.
Yeah, because you gave me that book.
Yeah. So that means
yeah,
sign
yeah,
up.
that
You
was
have
tricky.
to-
I didn't sign you up with my group, or did you sign up?
No.
Oh,
'cause
okay.
so
Well,
you're gonna go together.
we can. Yeah,
I don't know.
I picked Thursday, 7:00. 20, ages 20 to 40. So we
Oh, it's
aged out of
aged
the
group.
31.
Well, I'm aged out of the 20 to 30 ones, so I guess I can't even be your friend and go. Shoot.
Yeah, it is. I will say, like, the first time I went to one was during Advent, and I was like so nervous, and I almost didn't go, even though I like knew that I work with half of the people who are gonna be there. But I think it's a good place to like find holy friendships too.
Yeah.
Like I feel like it's a good place to make connections with different people too.
Is it at church or the parish center?
They're at different locations. So
Oh.
some are at houses, some
Oh.
are in the
Oh,
Cruzy
gosh.
Center,
So
some are
nervous.
in the rectory at St. Donatus.
Before we do, can you relate? You're always bringing us little fun gifts.
Always.
So if we have just been racking our brains, what does Father need? I don't know.
Turns out we don't know.
I found myself, it's not a utensil, but I found myself at the kitchen utensil aisle at Home Goods. And I was like, gosh, there's got to be something somewhere. I was just like staring at the kitchen utensils. Like,
Come on, Holy Spirit, point me.
okay, so I didn't get anything in Home Goods, but there is one aisle at TJ Maxx that always, like, I always get something out of. You strike me as a Back to the Future guy. Did you like that movie a lot?
Yeah, I do like that movie.
Oh yes, I knew you'd be a Back to the Future guy.
Good job,
Thank
Katie.
you. Well, I said that because I told my parents last night, and my dad was like, "That movie's older than me." And I was like, "No, it's not." So we Googled it, and it came out in '85, which
Yeah,
I said would be the right age. So,
it's true. It's true.
well,
If I'm being honest.
you.
So is that? How are you feeling right now? Wait,
Kinda
wait,
nervous,
wait.
kinda
Nervous. Nervous.
Oh, we got you your very own time machine.
What?
Yes.
A light up flux capacitor?
Yes. You can go to the future and the past.
No way.
That could be real handy for confessions. You can
Yes.
just zip on back and make better choices.
Too. It has sound. Yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah. Go ahead. You can open it up. Yeah.
Wow.
Has anyone ever got you such
Time
a
machine.
thoughtful
I
gift?
thought, boy, time machine. That might be part of a homily someday.
You never know.
You never know.
You gotta watch what you say around me.
Okay.
I also bought a rock climbing wall that the feet
This
were.
was so dumb.
You put the feet on your fingers and then you climb the wall. And she says it's dumb, but her kids really liked it.
Yeah,
so.
they did. They played with it. Just,
Don't worry,
I should
I've
say
got a-
dumb, just wild. Maybe
Yeah.
it's better. Okay, so it fits in the.
Oh my gosh, it's so cute.
It kind of looks like a Christmas ornament, kind of.
I don't think it came with batteries.
It's a dud.
I need to put batteries in it.
No, you need to turn it on. Oh yeah, you need batteries.
Well,
You have to wait till
It's
well, till
awesome.
next
And a
time,
screwdriver.
listeners.
yeah. Well,
I'll bring it back.
yep. Well, I
everybody
got
can
something
hear it.
else too because I wasn't sure if you were gonna be a Back to the Future fan.
I've never seen that. I'm gonna have to watch
I've never
it now.
seen it
You've
either.
never seen
No,
Back
but
to the Future?
you haven't either. No, but for some reason, like I was like, Father seems like a Back to the Future guy.
We can do this on Mardi Gras night.
Yes. Yeah. Well.
Wow, that
Your
had
Bible
to be
study
the
doesn't get over till 7.
Holy Spirit working. Then.
Yeah. I don't know. You just You give off that vibe.
Okay.
How do you feel about your vibe is a tiny time machine?
It's gonna help me in my priesthood. I'm gonna be able to celebrate more masses and get
Yeah.
places faster.
Oh, yeah.
You're welcome. Well, I wasn't sure if you were Back to the Future, guys. So, also in the same aisle is
Wacky waving inflatable tube guy.
like the
The mattress sales
or
where
like
that
the car where
really
like the
tall
floaty guy.
inflatable with the looks
It's
like
a tiny
Gumby
one. Go
kind
ahead,
of.
Wow.
open it.
And
it.
it probably also
It
doesn't have.
says, the box says 9-volt battery not included.
9 volt.
Oh, that
Wait, I might have one of those.
Well,
Okay.
this is amazing.
Okay, this one looks like kind of like a stamp, like a rubber stamp kind of. Oh my gosh, it's so bad. Okay, we're gonna have to post a picture, Katie.
Okay, this thing is awesome.
Where are you gonna put this, Father?
That is a great question.
Oh, you could also plug it in. Did it come with a cord?
No.
Well, did it come with a book though? The little
Yeah,
book
they all
here?
they all come with a little book, so you
A
can,
tiny book all about the inflatable.
Yep. So this
Your
one
mini
also,
wacky waving tube
you
inflatable
can,
guys ancestors got to grace
time travel
Amy's.
fundamentals. You'll need that for your time machine.
Wait till you tell your dad and your sisters like back home what your parishioners are thinking, like an inflatable tube guy and Back to the Future time machine. They really know me here.
Oh, they'll be happy you're taking care of me. So.
Oh yes.
Sure. Yeah. Just can't wait to get that.
Okay, that thing is gonna be awesome. The inflatable tube guy, I think, is gonna be quite fun.
I think I know where I'm going to put this. I think I got a place
See?
for it.
Maybe up on the altar to get everyone's attention. Get rid of those bell ringers at the communion.
We're trying
at the
to figure out
Eucharist.
how to get people to mass. Why this guy out front?
Inflatable tube guy.
Little tiny little tube guy.
It's church time.
That works at car dealerships.
Get rid of the bells. Oh, and we almost forgot. I almost forgot about those gifts that I have been so
You did
excited
good.
about. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
You didn't have to do that. You really don't.
I know
mean,
we don't, but it was pretty fun though, right?
And it's nice she's letting me be included on this, but she did all of it. She gets
You
all the
almost got a
credit.
kitchen utensil.
Almost got a spatula, but instead,
That's great.
Okay, now we can move on.
Can you relate?
now that big breath you took, I thought it was really gonna be like a
Can you relate?
Oh, funny.
all right.
I can go. I have a hard time committing to home decor. I buy it, I purchase it, and I bring it home.
Or the opposite.
And
Wacky
then-
vibing inflatable tube guy. You committed to my home decor.
No, that's not true. I commit to bringing it home with me and putting it up, but I don't commit to taking the tags off of it.
Oh,
So-
yes, this is true.
Yeah, I don't know
Oh.
why I do that. Like, I set it somewhere, like all of that stuff.
Yeah, you can flip any
Yeah.
of those upside down, and there's probably a tag.
Right. I don't know.
There
Like,
are some tags up over there.
oh,
Did you
that was
mention it?
actually, I was going to show you guys that. I found the home decor for my word of the year. It's a listen sign.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, it's like has a good quote for it about listening.
Very cute.
But also, yeah, like that picture frame right there, never put a picture in it, it still has the tag on it. Like, I just set things places, like, to see if they work there. I've never taken it back.
Yeah.
But I set it, and then I
set it and
set
forget,
and forget it. And they all still have the tags on it. So
I don't know if I can relate to that. I usually take the tags off but I'm not buying a ton of home decor either.
Well, why would
to be
you when
honest.
you got friends like Katie getting all those
everything you need, really.
time machine inflatable guy?
What's the pastor now? I just need a
What kind of batteries does that guy take? Double A's?
We're gonna have to get a picture and post
Yeah.
that with the story
Yeah.
or with the episode.
2 double A's.
Oh, okay, I think I've got that, maybe.
All right. My Can You Relate, which Can You Relate? I forgot my Can You Relate, but Katie remembered it because she knows me. She's an
I
extension
remember
of
like
myself.
when people do really dumb things.
Thanks for the lead-in.
No offense.
I was at Richmond supporting one of our local businesses on a snow day, an ice day.
President's Day.
President's
so no school
Day. And I had gone from eating a delicious bowl of chicken dumpling soup to getting some ice cream while I was there because I went, yeah. And then Katie noticed that I was actually taking a scoop of my malt and then blowing on it to cool off the ice cream. And yeah,
It was funny.
It's pretty hot ice cream.
very
And
hot
I
ice
think you
cream.
like spun it as like, oh, it's so cold.
So cold,
That's
I had to
trying
like warm it up
up.
with my breath so it doesn't hurt my teeth.
I can't
So
really-
can you relate? Do you do dumb things, as Katie said,
Yeah. Yes, I do.
With my food.
with life, I guess?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
With my food.
We all do.
Maybe.
All right, Father, do you have one?
Yeah, it's kind of got nice, getting nicer this week, 50 degrees.
Yeah.
And it's like, after this really cold, you're like,
Can I pause for 1 second? I'm so
Sure.
sorry to interrupt. Do you wear shorts?
that's,
feel like,
that's exactly what I was going to say.
Oh, no. Okay, sorry. Go ahead.
So it's like 50 degrees. It's like, I want to put my shorts on,
Priest shorts?
I don't have free shorts.
Is that a thing?
Okay, so I do have some black shorts, but
Could
I
you like
don't
wear
think-
those to the pork roast? Sometimes it's really hot.
yeah, I don't know.
That seems weird.
I think it'd just be better to
Well, like the sheriff's department has shorts sometimes when it's really hot on their uniforms that they can
Yeah.
wear shorts
Yeah, I
on
feel
like
a
special
priest
occasions. And I was like, I don't know.
Uniform and shorts is a little different.
I'm kind of weird too. Like even in the summer, I like to wear long sleeve black shirts. I don't like to wear the short sleeve
ones.
black shirts.
You don't want to look like a doink. Not that anybody does. Your Father Cutie doesn't wear short sleeves. Okay.
But in the fall, when it gets to 50 degrees, you're like, "Oh, this is freezing. Let me put a sweatshirt on." Mm-hmm. But in the winter, when
Yeah.
it gets to 50 degrees, you're like, "Let's put shorts on."
Yeah,
it's like
let's
this-
sunbathe.
Open the windows.
Can you relate to that?
Yes.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Thanks.
I saw Father at the Iowa State Fair last year, but we didn't know each other. And like you had just, I think, got to Bellevue Parish, but he was in street clothes. So technically, I have seen him in street clothes.
Yep. And shorts.
But I wasn't quite.
Did you
he was
say
wearing
hello?
shorts that day.
Oh,
No,
and shorts.
because I wasn't quite sure if it was him because he was in street clothes, shorts, and he had just got to our parish. I think you'd only been there like a week, and we had been in Des Moines for a couple of weeks already.
Sure.
And I was like, well, I'm not gonna go up to some like random person and be like, "Excuse me, are you Father Andy?"
Or if not, just like, "Oh, you have a doppelganger in Bellevue, Iowa."
So I technically have seen Father in his street clothes and shorts. So I knew he was gonna say that he wore shorts.
It's true. It's true. Not with clerics though. Never done that.
Well,
Have some priest in it?
I gotta think someone has. Yeah, I gotta think so. I'm
Well,
not sure I've seen it.
you
But
could.
Do you have non-black tennis shoes? You just wear your black shoes. Another really good riveting podcast.
Do
anybody-
obsessed with your outfit?
To anybody still listening, bless your heart.
I used to have all white shoes. I used to be a big Adidas All Stars. That was my go-to.
K-Swiss.
I used to have K-Swiss way back.
I'd like to give Timmy Kiefer a shout
Yes,
out. He
my
always
brother-
had K-Swisses.
yes.
Yeah, but now I've switched over to pretty much all black tennis shoes. I think I still have maybe one or two pairs of white that are really old, and I'd say just they're the kind of work shoes on the farm. So
Non-priest wear shoes.
yeah,
Okay, I have one more question that I thought of during Mass last night. Do you wear like your fresh blacks during Mass, or do you ever wear your faded blacks during Mass? Because it's all covered up.
yeah. I think yesterday was faded blacks. That was more because I hadn't done laundry yet, but these today are
Fresh blacks.
fresh blacks.
Fresh
yeah.
blacks for the Sunday people. Well, there you have it. Well, we definitely covered pretty much everything
everything
under
you
the
ever
sun
wanna know.
today.
Yeah.
So
This is our last episode ever.
thanks for tuning in. We're signing off forever.
Well, God bless you all.
Yes. So that is it for this week. And we are hoping that you are excited for Lent. Sometimes Lent can be a not so exciting thing, but I guess put your own positive spin on it. It could be fun.
Bringing the excitement back to Lent.
Hashtag Lent is fun.
Hashtag inflatable guy.
Hashtag Back to the Future. Okay, we better wrap up.
Nobody's
We
listening.
are.
I think we're hallucinating
I
at this
think we are. This candle maybe is like the fumes are getting to us. All right. Well, we are praying for you.
and rooting for you.
God bless you all.
Thanks.
Bye.